I'm gonna go live about these Carmelo Anthony, so it could drop tomorrow on Sneakers app. Hopefully, you guys got a W on those Travis Scotts earlier today. Congratulations to the winners; they got them. Like I said, oh yeah, and then John Morant's Kool Aid, those came out too. Those actually sold out on Sneakers app, but I'm sure you can find those at retailer stores there as well, to where you can cop them for pretty much retail. I'm sure those are still hanging around at JD Sports or at Dick. So definitely they'll have them around. But like I said, guys, just get ready just to get prepared for the borrow. They'll be widely available too for the Mellows. They'll definitely be around at Dick's. Check your Foot Locker, all those areas to where you can be able to get these for retail. Because those definitely will be sitting around. Like I said, not as fast. They'll probably be gone probably like around probably Monday or Tuesday. But I can't see that they're gonna be an instant sellout because, like I said, a lot of people is saving their money, especially when it comes to trying to grab those white cement fours. Those white cement fours gonna be, like I said, that's gonna be the problem. That's everybody want those. Like I said, they've been talking about that day to day, so they definitely gonna be on that, especially when it comes to try to get those for retail, or let alone they gonna double up. But like I said, it's gonna be a craze for that. So like I said, I would suggest do your homework. If you got early access to them a couple days ago, like I said, hey, that's a win-win. But like I said, most people they get that luxury to have that. But like I said, but we are not out to clear yet. Like I said, Seekers app, I heard it's probably gonna have over 70,000 pairs ready, loaded up on the Seekers app. So be ready. Like I said, it's not gonna say it's gonna be not widely available, but you don't want to mess around to where, like I said, the bots gonna try to get them. They gonna try to eat them up, and they definitely gonna try to go after them. Definitely don't want to mess around that because they will be going after those. So just be mindful. Like I said, overall, they definitely will be dropping on Sneakers app May 24th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. 'Cause they will drop. But like I said, overall, those Mellow 12s will be dropping soon on the Sneakers app. Be ready, guys. Like I said, definitely will be dropping soon. You don't want to miss out on that, man. Like I said, it's a clean looking shoe, especially for the price, especially for 12. We've been getting a lot of 12s so far. I think this is probably like our what? Probably like a third 12 on the mix of that. Like I said, we had got a restock on the blueberries, which is only that was only like 300 pairs just recent, like last month. And then we had the flu games, and now, like I said, we getting the mellows now. So, like I said, hello, hello. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, guys. Like we got 14 people in the chat. Hit that like button, man. We just here talking about these Jordan 12 mellows. So it's definitely gonna be dropping tomorrow on the Sneakers app. Hit that like button if you're going after those mellow 12s. It's definitely a good looking shoe. Like I said, definitely want to miss out on that, man. It's definitely gonna be the move for a lot of people, especially if you don't own them. They has not been retro since 21 years, man. So it's been like 2023. The shoe has been dropped, and definitely, like I said, it's a nice colorway, man. You definitely want to miss out on that, man. Like I said, 7 people in the chat. Hit that like button. Let me know y'all here. Like I said, we just sitting here talking about these Mellow 12s is hitting. Do you have a website for selling shoes? Absolutely not, guy. I'm a collector, man. But I definitely would let you know. Hey, so y'all doing my live. Like I said, the Mellow 12s will be dropping tomorrow on the Sneakers app. Make sure y'all be ready. Like I said, it's definitely gonna be the move, especially for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Show some love, show some support, man. Like I said, we got the Jordan 12 Mellows will be dropping soon on the Sneakers app. 10 a.m. tomorrow, so be ready if you're into those. Like I said, it's a nice shoe, man. Like I said, I actually saw those in hand, especially at certain stores. Make sure y'all get ready for that. 10 a.m. It's definitely gonna be a nice looking shoe, especially for the summer. Like I said earlier, Travis Scott's hit this morning around 10 a.m. Those was an instant sellout. Definitely the John Morant's, the Kool Aids, those actually was a sellout. But like I said, you can go to your local boutiques and stuff. You can be able to grab those for on the shelves. I'm sure they still sitting around. But overall, like I said, these Jordan 12s will gonna be crazy, especially when it comes to that. What favorite shoe do you have? My favorite shoe is the black cement threes. Those and the cool gray 11s. Those are my two favorite Jordans and I have in my collection. Like those go with anything. It's a good looking shoe. It can go with anything. You dress it up, you can dress it down. Excellent shoes to have. But like I said, them Jordan 12s look nice too. Like I said, I'll definitely have those. Like if it'd be a good summer shoe to go after, especially if you got a white and sky blue. It's almost similar like a Legend blue, but just with a 12. But like I said, it's a nice looking shoe for the price. But like I said, everybody pretty much waiting for the white cement fours. Those is definitely gonna be a move, especially for those. Like I said, I like the white cement fours. I definitely gonna go after those. Hopefully, I can double up or triple up. It'd definitely be a go-to shoe to have. It's a nice looking shoe to have, especially you want, for summer. That's what I say. It's a nostalgia shoe. It's an OG colorway. A lot of people are gonna go after those. It's definitely gonna be a nice looking shoe to go after, man. But like I said, you got 3 people in the chat. Hit that like button, man. Let me know y'all in the chat, man. Let me know about these releases which y'all want to make. Y'all want to grab some of these releases coming up, or y'all passing on them? Like I said, I know a lot of people's not gonna be passing on the white cement threes, so the fours. So I know for a fact, like I said, people saving their money to grab those. So just be mindful, man. Like I said, them fours will be not saying it's gonna be hard to get, but you don't want to miss out trying to not do your homework, not trying to get them, because it's gonna be the move for those. Like I said, just make sure you do your homework. Like I said, make sure you go to your JD Sports, your Dick's Sporting Goods, go to the Foot Locker, all those foot sites to where you can be able to do these drawings. If they do early drawings, I know JD soon gonna do early access. So make sure y'all be ready, especially when it comes to that, because next week gonna be crazy tomorrow. Next week gonna be crazy. Tomorrow, we got the Melo 12s. Those are definitely gonna be hopefully, be a good release. Won't be a smooth release, but like I said, I know a lot of people gonna get them 12s. A lot of people love Jordan 12s. So, like I said, just be ready for those. It's definitely, we maybe get a surprise shock drop on those tomorrow. So I definitely will let you know if we get a shock drop on those tomorrow. I'll definitely get info and insight on that. But like I said, definitely those Jordan 4 is gonna be a problem. So just be ready. Just have all your information ready, because it's gonna be a problem for those. I don't want y'all to miss out on that, because them fours is gonna be a problem. But like I said, the Metal 12s may be a little problem tomorrow. So I would just, if you actually going after those, make sure you have a multiple device to where you can be able to better your chance of trying to cop these. Because I don't want y'all to miss out on it. You ain't got to pay resale for these. Because like I said, it has not re-retro since 2003. So it's been a long time for these Metal 12s been coming out. I know a lot of people have been waiting for these. Because a lot of people thought it actually was a PE. It was a PE at one time, and then they released it to the public. And then it has not retro then since now of 2025. So definitely want to miss out on that nostalgia shoe, because it's definitely a good looking shoe to have in your collection, especially if you're Carmelo Anthony fan. And also, like I said, we got the White Cement Forest coming. We got some fire coming, man. Like I said, it's just Nike just doing one release at a time, and they definitely, trying to cater to us what we want. So we can't be mad at Nike for what they're doing. They doing what we asking. But like I said, just be mindful. Make sure you have all your updates ready, especially when it comes to Nike sneakers, because sometimes they may throw a little Easter egg in there, and it might throw throw everybody off, try to make you reset your bank information and all that good stuff. So definitely just be ready. Like I said, it's definitely gonna be shaky release next week. Like I said, I know a lot of people trying to go after those, and at the same time, like I said before, is that um, people gonna be outside for these. They definitely gonna be outside for these. They want to get these. They want to put these on feet. They gonna have one to rock and one to style. I ain't heard people before they say they want to double up, triple up. So I would highly suggest you not to be, drag your feet on these, because they definitely want to grab these, and they want to grab for retail. I already know when the first drop, when they had it, which I'm sure y'all heard when they did them in Washington, people drove hours to try to go after that, because they did it. Jumpman did an actual promotion on those, and a lot of people, wherever they showed up, got tickets, and they got tickets anywhere to where they can be able to purchase these shoes. So, like I said, and then at one point it was to the point that some people got a chance to double up on that. But that shoe gonna be a problem, man, next week. I don't want y'all to miss out on it, because it's definitely gonna be a good looking shoe to have. Like I said, I like them. I'm sure y'all don't like them. I'm sure y'all saw the images. They already uploaded on the sneakers app. They already uploaded on Dick's too as well on their app. So like I said, it's definitely, they gonna be ready, man. Like they already ready for next week. So just be ready. Like I said, um, May 24th, it will be dropping. Like I said, I would just try it Get them from your local foot sites areas, and also try on sneakers. So it better your chance trying to cop these. Even you get one pair, hey, that's a win. But you be able to get multiple pairs, it's even more of a win. Cause I know, like I said, people gonna double up on these. They're gonna try to triple up on them. Cause like I said, we don't know next time they'll ever re-retro again. It could be another 15 years for they even try to re-retro these again. Cause like I said, Nike got a lot of pairs coming out. So like I said, worldwide it's gonna be almost close to maybe 300,000 pairs. So that's a lot of pairs, especially for a Jordan 4. Just for any silhouette they did, and the last silhouette they did with that much amount of pairs was the I don't think the SBs, they might have did that. SBs is probably was the most they did. But like I said, these white cements, they did a whole lot more. So they trying to give people opportunity to get them. So, because like I said, once they do this blast of releases, this it. Like I said, we probably won't get another release for those probably in another 8, probably like another 7, 8 years. So definitely want to be mindful of that to try to get those. But like I said, hit that like button, man. Let me know y'all in the chat if y'all enjoying these live contents or whatever. Like I said, I'm trying to do more of it to where I try to keep you guys up on date, especially with the releases, so y'all can be able to get them for retail. Cause nobody want to pay resale for these. Like right now, it went down a little bit after some people already got their pairs in soon. I know a couple people already got their pairs in off sneakers. So like I said, the price point gonna go down. Right now it was before that it was like around 400. It probably go down to like the mid 300s or whatever, to where because they know a lot of people getting their pairs. So like I said, you don't want to pay that price point either as well, because it's already 225 with tax. So same time, you're gonna be paying with tax. It's gonna be what, probably like 240 ish, probably like around there. So you don't want to pay that type of money knowing paying $300. You might just wait to where you can pay 240. Save you a couple dollars. But like I said, May 24th, they will be dropping on the sneakers app. They definitely will be a highly anticipated shoe, especially for 2025. Because like I said, I know a lot of people gonna be coming outside for these. You got older heads gonna come out, OG heads, they gonna come out and get these. You got younger generation, they gonna come out to these, and then they heard from the OG heads about this shoe. It's like, this is nostalgia for a lot of people. They want this shoe and they want to have them on feet so they can be able to relive they moment, or relive their story of this shoe. So like I said, tomorrow we got the Melo 12s will be dropping, so just be ready for that. Melo 12s will be dropping on Sneakers app at 10 a.m. Eastern time and 9 a.m. Central time. So just be ready. Make sure you have your Apple Pay and PayPal. Them two, make sure you have them ready, because like I said, Nike caters to them too all the time. No matter what the situation is, especially when it comes to, unless it's an actual drawing, then it may be a different situation. But if it's a Leo drop, it definitely will be the move, especially when it comes to that, because it's gonna be a move. So just be mindful of that. That we will be dropping soon on Sneakers app, especially the Melo 12s. So definitely will be dropping on Sneakers app. Just be ready, because like I said, the Melo 12s will be dropping soon on Sneakers app. Like I said, it's a good looking shoe. You don't want to miss out on that shoe, man. Like I said, if you have not got them, in 2003, they definitely give you a chance tomorrow to get it. And like I said, it'll be widely available. They'll be on at Foot Locker at JD Sports. So if you got to get up a little bit early and try to get them there, I'm sure they'll be there. And we probably won't be selling as fast. But like I said, I wouldn't drag my feet on it, because I know a lot of people love 12s. And the neighborhood, they love 12s. So at the same time, you definitely don't want to miss out on that. And that's pretty much it, like, so far with the releases. Because like I said, as we here talking about the new releases coming up. Like I said, the Melo 12s, it's like I said, it's a nice looking shoe. I wish they would have did like more marketing with that shoe, because just the great moments that Carmelo Anthony did have, especially when he's in the NBA, and him being playing with the Denver Nuggets. It definitely was a moment for him. It wasn't like how it was with LeBron, but he did have his moment. Getting his Jordan brand deal and all these things. It definitely was a moment for him. But like I said, it's definitely gonna be a nice looking shoe to have for the summer. It's definitely like, you're looking for just a nice, clean shoe, not too much overpowered. The Melo 12s are definitely the shoe for you. And it's a good looking shoe, man. Like I said, I think it's 200 right now. The price point is 200. I cannot see these going a little bit over $280 right now at the moment. Once they release, like I said, it's definitely not gonna be a big of a price point for those shoes because I already know Jordan 12s really don't really go up too high unless it's the flu games or the cherries. But even those right now is not really going up, in price for resale because the market's down. So, like I said, overall, it's definitely a good looking shoe to have for a personal. So I definitely wouldn't like count that out because it's gonna be a good looking shoe to have. But like I said, let me know, man. Let what y'all think in the comments, man. What time is it for you? Pretty much like around 10 a.m. Definitely gonna be the drop, especially for these. But in the meantime, man, hit that like button. Let me know y'all in the chat. Let me know what y'all think about these mellows coming out tomorrow. If y'all going after them, they gonna be a cop or gonna be a drop for y'all, or y'all waiting for the white cement forest is gonna drop. Let me know in the comments. Y'all going after those because that's definitely gonna be the most anticipated shoe for 2025. So if y'all into those, let me know what y'all going after for, especially with those. I'm definitely for sure gonna go after this White Smith Forest because, like I said, I don't have it in my collection, and I kind of missed out when they dropped in 2016. So let me know, man. Let me know in the chat what y'all think about those. If y'all going after them, if y'all gonna pass on them or not. But like I said, it's definitely gonna be a good looking shoe to come out, and then you got these Jordan lows are supposed to be coming out. They supposed to be like over $1,000 with the Savasti crystals. If y'all into that, definitely gonna be a first shoe that ever been uploaded on Sneakers app that's been actually even $1,000. And I don't know how that's gonna work out. Like I was talking with other content creators, like you have pretty much got to call the bank to let them know if you're gonna grab those because they may flag because you making $1,000 purchase. And it's crazy for that shoe gonna be because I know they're gonna be limited, but at the same time, it's like how much of a profit margin you gonna get in between that, knowing that shoe already 1K already. So it's like, is it really worth it? But like I said, overall, definitely, like I said, those gonna be uploading on sneakers. We got those special boots, the Nike boots, they're supposed to be coming soon. I forgot the name of those. It'll be black and white. Those supposed to be releasing soon on sneakers. Those like $900 right now. That's gonna be the price point for those. And then also at Dick's, they're actually doing a raffle on those. Those supposed to be dropping May 17th. If you're interested in those, like I said, those gonna be $900. I know some content creators Nike has sent up out for free, just to do a review, and it's definitely got good reviews on it. Like I said, if you're into fitness or let alone if you're an athlete and you trying to condition and you just got done doing your pre-reps and all that, it's definitely a good conditioning shoe with a splash of a Nike touch to it. So like I said, they're doing a collab together to where they're giving people for the public to grab them and get them for the actual retail price. But like I said, guys, man, we just sitting here talking about those Carmelo 12s. Like if you're interested in those, let me know in the chats. If you're interested in those, it's definitely a good looking shoe. If you're trying to go after those, especially for the summer, like I said, on top of that, you got the white cement fours. We'll be dropping May 24th on the sneakers app. If you're interested in those, it's definitely gonna be a good looking shoe to have. So, like I said, what I heard from the white cement fours, it's definitely a good looking shoe. Like I said, it's just it's gonna be widely available for a lot of people, and a lot of people want y'all to double up on this shoe. And they said this shape is a lot better than it was in 2016, which I believe because material gets a little bit better, and let alone just we just don't want to have no quality control because they making so many pairs. That's what we're gonna have to worry about too. Is the quality control because the issues with that is definitely gonna be a problem. But like I said, it's definitely gonna be a nice looking shoe if you're interested in those. Especially for the white cement fours. Like I said, I wouldn't pass on those. It's definitely gonna be a nice shoe to have, especially in the collection, and it's gonna be a good shoe to have. So just be mindful. It's definitely gonna be the moves for that because you want to get them. You definitely want to get them. It's gonna be a great looking shoe to have, and it's gonna be crazy. So like I said, overall, just be mindful, especially when it comes to trying to grab those for retail because it's gonna be the move for that. And I want y'all to get them for retail so you can be able to enjoy them because that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a nice, enjoyable shoe for the summer, and I want y'all to get them, and I want you to enjoy them. But like I said, we just sitting here talking about the Melo 12s. It's definitely gonna be the move. If you're interested in those, like I said, it's definitely will be dropping soon on the sneakers app for 200. Like I said, I know a lot of people that's Carmelo Anthony fans. They definitely gonna try to cop those. It's definitely gonna be a good looking shoe to have. Like I said, if you're into those, hey, it's a great shoe. Like I said, that shoe got really good reviews on it. If you're into just 12s, let you know how 12s gonna fit. So just be mindful, with your size and stuff. Sometimes they fit true to size, sometimes they don't. But I know for a fact they should fit true to size. So just make sure test them out. If you want to go in store, you want to try them out as you going on sneakers. I definitely would try that first. So, if they fit to size, I'm sure they should fit the size, but I just don't want to take the gamble of that. But like I said, we know that those will be dropping tomorrow on Sneakers at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and then 9 p.m. Central time. So be ready. Like I said, we got the white cement fours are coming. If you're into those, make sure you, like I said, do your raffles. Like I said, don't put all your eggs in one basket with sneakers because you never know. Even though they getting a large amount of pairs, you can still take an L on them. Because, like I said, the bot's going to be out and they're going to try to get every pair they can get to try to stop the bot and let alone try to stop you from getting them. But like I said, as long as you're doing that, and let alone too, you're doing these raffles to where you can get into JD Sports or Dick's or whatever when they open up the raffles, it definitely will be the go-to. So you don't try to miss out or be checked out, especially when it comes to not be able to get any shoes. So at the same time, man, we've been on here for 21 minutes. We got 2 people in the chat, man. Hit that like button. Let me know y'all inside here. Let me know if y'all feel about these particular shoes. If you copping them or you dropping them. But at the same time, Carmelo Anthony's they're a nice looking shoe, man. If you're into them, please go after those. It's definitely gonna be a great move for those, so you don't miss out on that. And it's gonna be a good looking shoe. So, like I said, we just here chatting it up, especially about these Melo 12s. Like I said, it's a good looking shoe. If you're interested in those, like I said, I definitely will go after those. If you know if you don't have any 12s in your arsenal, or let alone you try to build up your 12 collection, but at the same time, like I said, we here talking about those, and we talking about those white cement fours, which we'll probably be talking about each live, but it's definitely gonna be it's gonna be the shoe to get, man. Like I said, that's gonna be the sneaker shoe for everybody, especially that's like the family shoe. Is those gonna be those white cement fours, and like I said, I think they're gonna do a full size family run. So make sure y'all be ready for that. You want to get your little ones those white cement fours. It definitely will look good on them, but like I said, it's only gonna be like 70,000 pairs loaded on sneakers. 70,000. So it may seem a lot, but it's not a lot, especially here in the U.S. So just be ready, because like I said, you got people, they're gonna try to go from just more than one pair. They want multiple pairs of these. So like I said, man, like I said, it's a good looking shoe. It's definitely a good shoe for the summer. Definitely nostalgia shoe for 2025. Like I said, it's been a long time since that shoe been retro, and it's definitely gonna be a nice shoe to have in the collection. So let me know in the chat, man. Y'all in the chat, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all feel about these. Like I said, it's a good shoe to have. I definitely, would definitely approve it. Like I said, if you don't have me in your collection, I know a lot of people got the breads. I know people got the fire reds. I know people got the weather ones. I know they got some people even got the collabs of those. And at the same time, it's not how it is with just the nostalgia of having an OG of a white cement. Like I said, we got the black cement threes, but we gotta have the white cement fours. So, like I said, overall, I would highly suggest it, man. Just be ready, man, because like I said, May 24th is gonna be a crazy day of the year, especially that. It's almost gonna be how it was with the Lost and Founds. That's definitely gonna be a crazy release, man. People gonna go bananas. They gonna go bananas over that, man. It's how it was with the Lost and Founds when they dropped 2 years ago, and they was going crazy for it. Like the freaking Snickers app crashed because people wanted those Chicago so bad because they didn't waited so long for that shit. So like I said, they waited a long time for these white cement fours. So like I said, it's gonna be crazy, man. So I highly suggest you to go look at other foot sites. Like I said, if JD Sports, look on your emails. Sometimes they do early access. Make sure you get ready for that. And like I said, Dick's gonna have theirs uploaded already. So just get ready for these raffles. Put them in. Put as many as you can put in. Like I said, multiple devices. Put them in, cause like I said, these gonna be a crazy release. So like I said, I wouldn't drag my feet on them because it's gonna be crazy. But at the same time, guys, I'm just sitting here talking about these Melo 12s. If you're interested in those, let me know in the comment. If y'all interested in the Melo 12s, it definitely be dropping on the sneakers app. 10 a.m. Eastern time and 9 p.m. Central time. So at the same time, I'm just sitting here talking to you guys. It's 24 minutes past. Hopefully you guys enjoying the lives that I'm giving y'all, so we can be able to try to get these Melo 12s. Let me know how y'all feel about them. But at the same time, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if y'all liking this lives I've been doing, especially with these new releases. And at the same time, I appreciate y'all, man. I love you guys. Like I said, I always love to do lives, and I've been doing a lot more lives lately. I need to do some more of my regular video reviews and stuff like that, but it is hard to do it, especially just doing all the editing and stuff like that. And if I can just do a live and just, maybe I can just show y'all do a review on doing the lives, but at the same time, though, let me know what y'all think. Should I do more lives here, or I can show more sneaker reviews on lives, or let alone just go back to my regular videos and I can do reviews off there. So y'all gotta let me know. I'm just the host, and I just give y'all what y'all want, especially when it comes to releases. But at the same time, I'm about to get off here on this live, guys. I hope y'all enjoy, the chat, especially when it comes to just trying to talking about these Melo 12s is gonna be released soon. So at the same time, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to this channel, man. Hit that like button. Let me know y'all enjoyed this content. And at the same time, hug your loved ones, because the next time you see them again, y'all have a nice night, and let's get ready for tomorrow, because it's definitely gonna be interesting morning for these Melo 12. So let me know in the comments. Hit that like button. Let me know how y'all feel about those Carmelo Anthony 12. It's a clean shoe. Like I said, it's definitely a good shoe to have, man, in collection. Don't miss out. So at the same time, hug your loved ones. I definitely appreciate y'all coming here on this live. I definitely will be talking about these tomorrow, about these Melo 12. So stay tuned, and we'll be talking more. Peace.